welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. For this video, I'm gonna talk about why I respect financial freedom over luxury cars or sports cars or any type of like fancy car in general right now. So let's get into it. So trying to get over a little sickness that I had this past week. So so I don't know, man. Lately I just been doing a lot of observing, a lot of thinking, a lot of reflection and everything like that. And the reason why I say I respect financial freedom over luxury cars and stuff like that is because of obviously the freedom that comes with it, right? I realized that all this stuff that we buy and we finance, such as cars, it's keeping us trapped, right? Like, don't get me wrong, I'm a car guy at heart. I love cars. I love BMWs specifically, but I mean, there's a lot of other cars that I love. I love certain supercars. I believe my current dream car is the Ferrari 812 GTS, or any one of the variations of the GTSs, or the 812 is my current dream car, and that's what I would love to have one day, because the naturally aspirated V12, the DCT, rear wheel drive, precise, quick shifts in the DCT, all that stuff. I love that about the 812 Ferrari. So, but yeah, as I was saying, lately I realized that all this stuff, financial freedom, is more valuable than any feeling of having a nice car or having a fast car in this day and age, especially in 2026 currently. You got prices skyrocketing on everything around us, and to me, the last thing I really want right now is a car payment. I'm honestly sick of my own car payment, which is not even that much money. I mean, it's $380, but I usually pay $400, or lately I've been making extra payments or double payments so I can pay this thing off quicker. I'm actually on track to pay this car off by the end of this year, so I'm very excited about that, because like I said, financial freedom is my main priority right now. So I'm going to pay off my little credit card that I have, and I'm going to pay off this car by the end of this year. And that'll be the end of that. And after I pay this car off, I'm not going to buy any other car to look nice or look fancy. Now, as I've said before, I am a car guy at heart. I do love cars. I do want another sports car, specifically probably another BMW M car. I don't know how I'm going to go about getting it. If I'm going to just work and save for a little while and buy it cash, or if I'm just going to forget about owning a supercar. I mean, I said supercar, a sports car for a while, and just let it be, and then just enjoy my motorcycle, or get a better motorcycle, which is 10 times cheaper, right? But I absolutely respect financial freedom. And honestly, I've been teaching myself financial literacy and financial freedom for the past, I want to say, since 2023. Pretty much after I got the BMW, literally that's when I started teaching myself about financial freedom, making good financial decisions, not buying expensive car. That's kind of why I ended up getting rid of it 14 months after ownership, right? So I just value, especially now being a little older, age 28, and the maturity shift that I had in my life, I just feel like I don't really need to keep up with the Joneses. I never even cared to keep up with the Joneses. I never did anything in my life to try and be like the Joneses or anything like that. So I really don't care. I just want to make sure that I'm making good decisions in my life to put myself ahead financially, which is why I'm so excited about paying this car off this year at the end of the year, getting rid of the credit card debt forever. And then my last main focus is going to be the little amount of student loans that I have. Somewhere around 20 grand, that's where my student loan is at. That's not the end of the world. And there, it's no interest loans. So I absolutely got lucky. The student loans, they are no interest loans. So I'm not accruing interest every month on those loans. They are fixed at, 1,200, 800, 900, 1,500. They're fixed at those numbers. So I'm not paying interest on the student loans that I have. So I can absolutely worry about that last and just focus on the two highest interests, which is my car, and the little credit card that I have. So I'm absolutely not in a bad spot. I'm not in a bad spot. But man, I am so looking forward to the financial freedom that's gonna come after I pay this stuff off, especially the car and especially the credit card, because it'll free up a lot of money that I could absolutely invest, right? I could invest that money into because I'm also doing a personal Roth IRA, and obviously I got my investments that my job is doing for me. So let me turn this AC down. It's kind of cold. It was pretty warm in the car, but I'm gonna turn 71. But yeah, so yeah, like I really do value financial freedom, and I've been stressing about feeling stuck, and not knowing what to do as far as the next step in terms of moving ahead or taking the next few steps forward. So that's why I say for this video, I respect financial freedom more than luxury cars or anything that's gonna come with a payment, because payments, you'll think they're okay to do, and you can have forever payments, but when you actually sit and think about what you're doing and how it could affect you, and if you actually care about what's going on and how it's gonna affect you, you'll come to a realization and be like, yeah, this needs to stop. So that's why I've been making extra payments on this car, right? I've made a handful of payments on this car already, and later this year I'm gonna get a nice chunk of change, and I'm gonna put all of it on this car, and I'm gonna accelerate the down payment of this car, and I'm gonna get the title by the end of the year, and that's a promise. So like I said, I'm very excited about that, man, because no longer am I gonna have to pay the $380, and that's not even a lot of money. I mean, it's to some people it might be a lot of money, but it's just annoying, having to pay every month, paying the interest that builds up into like that's the thing I hate about today's society. And it's been like that probably for years. You buy something, a car especially, you're gonna have to pay extra interest, thousands of dollars of interest. And I don't even remember how long I got on this loan for this car, but I'm pretty sure it was 72 months. But I've already had this car probably 2 years at this point. At the end of this year, we'll probably make it almost 2.5 years. So to have this thing paid off in 2.5 years, that's actually pretty good. And that is the plan. I'm going to pay this thing off, and I'm going to get that title, and I'm going to own that car outright. And I'm not going to buy any other car. I'm just going to strictly do maintenance. I got to replace a lot of things on this car, because it is sitting at 84,000 miles right now. So I do got to do brakes. I got to replace all my shocks and everything. But other than that, I'm not gonna buy any other car, and I'll do my best to fight those demons to not go and trade it and buy another car, because this thing should last a pretty long time. Not gonna go and get no luxury car, as much as I would love to, but the financial freedom that's gonna come with not having a payment anymore, oh I value that over everything. It's gonna be more peaceful. Not gonna have to worry about making any late payments or any silly thing like that, right? So that's why I decided to make this video, is because I wanted to kind of give my thoughts about why, I value not having these payments, man, because it comes, having all these payments and stuff like that, it comes at a price. You'll get annoyed at some point, especially now that I'm older. I value peace. I feel like my life is much more simpler now. I really don't want to be paying for all this stuff for forever. I don't like these forever payments. Like, you buy, a lot of people buy cars and they just stretch the loans out for 72 months, 84 months, 96 months, and they just pay for it forever. But they don't realize that in that time they're paying extra thousands of dollars in interest. That is basically, you're paying extra money because you wanted to stretch the loan out and make lower payments. And honestly, I'm not a fan of it anymore. Thankfully, I'm able to make extra payments or bigger payments, every month or certain months, whatever. And I do exactly that to accelerate my, payoff of this car. So that's exactly what I'm going to do this year, and I'm going to get that title. So, yeah, that's pretty much the whole idea of the video is financial freedom is much more valuable than having these payments, for these fancy cars, these nice cars. This is a cheaper car, but it's reliable, which is why I want it to be my long-term ride or die. That's what this car is going to be. I'm going to drive this thing until the wheels fall off, until the engine stops working. That's probably the next 6 to 8 years I'm going to be driving this car, or even 10, or however long it lasts. That's probably how long I'm going to be driving it. So that's the kind of sacrifice I'm willing to make in order to get financially ahead in my life. Is to just pay this stuff off. Don't ever really get back into these payments. Just try to invest as much as I can while I'm still young, while I'm still working and working hard and everything like that. And then someday I'll be able to take a little bit of my cash that I worked hard for and buy that sports car again, or whatever it is that I feel like buying. I'll be able to do that, no problem. So that's the video, guys. If you like the video, leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe, and thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video.